Hello everyone, DJ Navy Diver again. This is another DIY project that I'm working on, which is building a cover for my new subwoofer that I just received in the mail. I've actually got two of these types of subwoofers. This is the B1200. I'm going to do a similar thing for the my 15-inch B1200D Pro subwoofer, and I need some covers. Behringer doesn't make covers for these, so I've seen online that some folks in the States sell these. There's a lady actually that makes these things out of moving blankets, and I'm going to use that idea in order to make a couple of covers that are far less expensive than having to order them from down south. So we'll see how it turns out and report as I progress. So here's my next DIY project. It is a Behringer B1200D Pro subwoofer with a 12-inch driver. Weighs 43 pounds, and what I need for it is a cover. So Behringer doesn't make a cover for it, so I went online and saw that somebody was selling these things for 70 bucks US a pair, but shipping to Canada would be an additional $38. So that'd be well over $100 and some to get a couple of these moving blanket covers. This moving blanket that you see spread out here is 80 inches by 72 inches, and I got it at Home Depot for $21. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it so that four corners wrap around this bottom end, and then I'm going to cut a top piece that fits on the top, and I'm going to have about a ½ an inch seam allowance in order to button it all together, and then sew it all together in a box shape, and then get some cutouts made for the handles that are on each side of the subwoofer. So that you can put the thing over the top and put the cover over the top, and then give it some protection when you're throwing it into the back of the truck. So I'll get my wife to do the sewing part. I'm going to cut out the bits and bobs to make it into the box that I need, and once it's done I'll post my completed DIY project on the forum. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. I think it's pretty simple. Luckily my wife has a sewing machine that will do heavy-duty quilting material like this stuff that you can get at Home Depot. I think that this is the thinner stuff. I do have some thicker stuff that would probably be a little better protection, but it's a little more difficult to sew, so we'll see how this looks. The nice thing about this too is the back side of this moving blanket is actually black. So the way I'm going to cut it is it'll be black out, and that way you can be the same sort of color as the box itself. It doesn't really matter, but I just thought it would look pretty cool. So we'll show you the progress on this as I complete it. So there we've cut the pattern. I've actually made two patterns so that I can have a cover for a second subwoofer in case I get the second one if I like it. So I've measured the top with the back, and this is the orientation. And then of course once it's sewed, then you'll see that it's going to be basically black on the outsides. And then once I've got it sewed, I'll be cutting in handles, and then a buddy of mine actually just came up with a really good idea, putting pockets on it, so that way I can, I'll probably put the pocket on the back, on the outside, and that way I can put the speaker wire and the IEC power cable into it, so that way I don't have to have it in some other trunk or something like that. So we'll sew it up, see how it looks, and then we'll cut out the handles and put on the pocket, and hopefully it will work. So my wife finished sewing it up, and I gotta say I'm super impressed. Still not finished. We've still got to get some seam trim for the handle openings, but as you can see, it fits quite well. And the little can mod is by putting this pocket in here, so I can put the IAC cord and the XLR cable for the speaker, which I only use about a 6 or a 10 footer just to reach up to the pole mount or to the speaker just adjacent to it. So looks really good. Really impressed. Doesn't have to look fantastic, it just has to be practical so it doesn't scar up the speaker when I'm humping it around in my truck. So I'll once I get it fully finished, I'll post another quick little video just to show it with the handles all properly seamed up and trimmed up. So thanks to my wife, great job.